There are four levels of wealth, right? At the top level is imagination. Before that is communication. If you can't communicate, if you cannot communicate, you can't get to the imagination level because you
Wow.
can't communicate. You know, he goes, there's implementation, there's unification, there's communication, and there's imagination. For you to have imagination and communicate that to people, your messaging and your words got to be right. And that's a fact.
If you're a business owner, you may or may not already have your online presence created. There are some mistakes that can be made, and I don't want you to be making them when you're starting your business online. One of them is not knowing when to get your hosting. Think of your website as a building, and your hosting is the land that your building is on. It's wise, and it makes a lot more sense for you to make your website around the same time as when you get your hosting. There is no advantage to you getting your hosting, say, in January, but then you start your website in December. That time in between you're paying for, and you have to renew your hosting the year after. Another thing is this: if you already have your online presence, one mistake is you could be making is not actually collecting your leads via your website. This is not the same as general inquiries. A lead is me raising my hand and saying, I'm interested in your particular service. A general inquiry could be something like me asking you, hey, what year did you start your business? The two are not the same. So I've put together an easily digestible checklist of the 5 biggest mistakes you could make online and how to avoid them. It's called the Secret Web Design Checklist. Also, I've got a book, and it's called Starting Your Online Business the Right Way. Just go to oyemade.com/performance. That's oyemade.com/performance. And you see the options for the Secret Web Design Checklist and the book to starting your online business the right way. Hope you enjoy those. Now, let's get back to the episode.
Oh yeah, what's going on, bro?
What up, JJ? How you doing, my man? You good?
Man, all is good on this side, man. How about you? Where are you at again? Talk to me. Where are you at again in the world?
I'm in Manchester, G. I'm in Manchester, repping the United Kingdom.
Wow.
You know how we do. We had a dude in there today. The dude who plays for Arsenal. So he's from London, but he used to play for Arsenal. He used to play for Tottenham. So that's a real Premier League player right there that we got in the morning meetup. So yo, he's international. David's international.
Man, yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Oh yeah, introduce yourself really quick, man, to the good people, because I was really just laying a backdrop for what we're gonna cover with the topic. But man, go ahead, please introduce yourself. Let the good people know who you are, and man, just give an elevator pitch real quick.
Oh, elevator pitch. Oh, let's go. Hey everyone, my name is Oye. I recognize some of you already. One of my homies from school is actually in here from way back. Anyways, yeah, my name's Oye. I'm the CEO of Cubs Group Media here in England. We make high-performance websites for high-performance businesses who want to position themselves as the authority and dominate their market. So we do everything with going online. That's me. That's my elevator pitch.
Boom, boom. Yeah, man, I love it. One thing I want to do, I want to hit these questions real quick because these people asked these questions earlier. I want to hit these, and then we're gonna get this thing. We're gonna get this thing rolling. So
let's go.
Okay, so Miss Cali Solutions, she says, "What's a good time for a podcast? I learned today someone only does 20 minutes. Oh yeah, you want to touch that one or no? You just let me know.
I could go for it. I mean, I'm not the expert, but I'll say I think the perfect time for a podcast is as much knowledge as you want to drop in that particular session. Like, you could do a 5-minute podcast, you could do 10 minutes, you could do 15, you could do 20. I know there's a guy who actually does like 8 minutes per session. I think even, what's his name? Wall Street Trapper. I think he started off with something like that, like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And then like he started doing longer ones, like 45 minutes, and other ones which are shorter. So to be honest, in my opinion, I think it depends on however many gems you want to drop in that particular session. Same thing with writing the blog post. Doesn't need to be long, doesn't need to be short. It just is what it is for whatever it is you want to do in that particular time.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, and that's what I teach my clients. I'm like, look, because they got people out there. They got the Joe Rogans with the 3-hour-long podcast. Then they got, I can't remember the guy's name. His last name is like Braxton or something like that. But he has the Quote a Day show, and that one might be 5-minute episodes. So,
gotcha.
So yeah. So I mean, just for everybody out there who's starting up a podcast or you want to start a podcast, don't get so caught up in the because this isn't you going to school and you have to get 90% to pass. Like, this is you having the opportunity to determine ultimately what you want your show to be, how you want it to sound, all that good stuff, man. But
yeah, 100.
Yeah, for sure, man. But I want you to kick this thing off, man. I want you to kick this thing off because I feel like you got something on your heart that you just want to share with the people, man. So what you got for the people? What you got for the people,
dude?
Man?
You know what it was I wanted to make myself more accountable. So for those who may not know, me and JJ were in this group called the Morning Meetup, which is just a group for entrepreneurs brought to us by David Shantz and the systems behind it, Jennifer J. That's a plug-in for Jennifer J. And I was like, you know what? I got into Myron's group, right? And obviously in that group as well, I'm thinking, you know what? There's so many people asking questions that I know the answer to. And for me, these are really simple things, but I need to start doing more. There's this thing Myron talks about. He says you need to start doing more community service work so that people already know who you are before they come to meet you. And you've already solved people's solutions before they come to meet you, which I used to do back in the day, a lot of. And then I dipped is the best way to say it. I dipped. So I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to rebuild that muscle. So I'm like, you know what? I need to start doing more lives. I need to start, partnering with my fellow entrepreneurs, my fellow peeps, my elites such as yourself, and see what we can do. Like spit some knowledge, help people out, and take it forward. Let that gift come out. That's what I feel.
Yeah, man, for sure. And I actually like that you said that about the community service piece, because I think through service and I think through us getting active and through us just doing different things, if we don't know what our gift is, or we don't know what we're great at, or we don't even know what we enjoy, through doing the different activities, right? We're getting different experiences. And then this is revealing to us, wow, this is a problem that keeps coming up. Wow, these people keep asking the same question. I have the solution to this.
100.
So, I think that's one of the dope things about community service, because just like you said, like how we're here on this stream and we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
But based on your expertise, just like you said, you create high performance websites, and I've never had the heart to create a high performance website, but I can appreciate it because I know the value of what that brings. And then me on the other side, I'm doing the podcast mentoring and helping people, man, start the podcast. But I want to know, when did you come into that space of identifying that you want to do the websites because you understand how that helps people, present themselves to the world?
Oh, all right. We ready for story? Because this is a story that we got right here. This is a big time story. So when I graduated, I was actually having this conversation earlier today with Brian Moore. And basically when I graduated from uni, so I studied law. That's my background. I studied law. But the recession took out pretty much almost every law firm when that happened. So I did law school, should have become a lawyer and everything, but you could literally apply to a law firm today and by tomorrow it'd be gone, or it had folded over, or it'd been taken over. It was a whole brand new company. Literally it was like that for a long time. So during that heart of the recession, it was like that for a very long time. So from 2012 to 2013-ish, no, from 2008 to 2013-ish, it was pretty much like that. So yes, I was 2012 and I was like, damn, man, I need to go back. I need to do something that isn't going to require me to keep hollering at these guys. And the thing is, when I was in A levels, which is what we have just before college over there.
Okay.
I was in A levels and I was making paper from eBay. So I had one of my homies who was in America and he had like a concession. So I was getting stuff from him and basically we were drop shipping. So people buy stuff on my eBay here in England. He was posting it to them from over there. So like Timberlands, a bunch of different things. So I then learned I was like, okay, cool. eBay's taking way too many fees out of this. I was like, I'm making paper here, but eBay's taking way too many fees. So I was like, let me learn how to make a website, which is what I did. I learned how to make a website. And then after that, I was like, okay, I've made a website, but no one's able to find it. So I need to learn how to do search engine optimization. So I learned that skill as well. So basically, it was out of necessity that I actually learned this. And this is way back in the day. This is the days of Dreamweaver and all those boys.
Dreamweaver, wow.
You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? So that's way back, So yeah, so that's how I learned. That's how I got into the game essentially. And then fast forward back to 2013, 2014, it was a case of like, you know what, there are a lot of people who actually want what I can do. So let me start helping them, a bunch of people. Like this is a skill set I've already developed for the past couple of years. I just didn't see it as a business because when you have an African household, they don't necessarily see stuff like that as business. They see lawyer, doctor, engineer,
teacher.
That's to them, that's what a business is. You want to be a soccer player, football player? What's that? You want to play basketball? That's not a business. That's not a career. Lawyer, doctor, because that's the mindset they saw. That's what they could see as being successful. So I just basically I broke away from that and I was like, right, let me do this on my own and see how it goes. And that was pretty much it. That was my journey. So this is one unique point which allows me when I speak to potential clients, I could say to them, look, I've been thinking about your problem for the last decade. I've been solving your problem for the last decade because I solved it myself. So everything you're talking about, I already know. And I know around 10, 20 more paces ahead that you should be thinking of, but you don't know. So that's why I could serve you the best way I can.
Wow. So what's your goal? Like what is the next thing for you? Oh yeah. What does that look like? I mean, because we got some entrepreneurs in the room. I think we got some coaches in the room. So I'm curious to hear just like what's next for you, because I know right now you're creating high performing websites for high performing individuals. But what does that look like for you next?
Well, what that looks like for me next, to be honest, I want to do what Neo did. I want to hit that million a day. I really want to do that because that's a skill set. Like for me, it's not making the mill in a day. It's not so much that, like, that's the payoff. It's that process, that skill set. That's what I want to learn. I want to learn how can you do that, and then how can you do repeatedly that he did it twice. That's what I want to learn.
What? Neo did that twice?
Neo did it twice in 30 days. Wow. So essentially he did 2 mil in a month on single days. So that's a skill set that I want to learn. But for me, I think that is maybe a couple months away for me on that one. Immediately is building back the authority in the brand, doing more of the community service stuff, positioning myself as the authority more so than I already have done. The lucky thing about me is I got receipts. So like a bunch of people like, yo, I saw you on your YouTube from like 8 years ago. I saw you on something that you posted on this news article a couple years ago. I was like, yeah. Have you not done anything new? Not so much. I've been busy, but I haven't created any new stuff. So like before, I used to like speak in schools. I used to like speak in conferences, and then like I got busy and all that fell off. I'm like, you know what? For the full circle, that aspect needs to be part of it. So I'm trying to do more of that. Obviously, podcasting is an amazing way to do that because you can do one to many. That's the power of the internet. You can do one to many. So that's why I was like, yo, let me have this chat with Jonathan J, because believe this or not, dude, I have a podcast on Anchor that's been sitting there since November 2020, and I've actually not posted anything on it yet. I've got about maybe 10 episodes.
Okay.
But I'm listening to what Kelly said, do it ugly, because those were very ugly. Those were very, very ugly. Yeah, no, those are very ugly.
But I think that's one thing that's really dope about podcasting. Brian, what's going on? Charles, I see you down there. Sugar Shake Collection. Mookie, what's going on? So I think one thing that's really dope. And then y'all, if y'all have any questions, drop your questions in the chat box. So for one, with starting a podcast, right? And let's say we do it ugly, right? Let's say we just go out, we start recording on our phone, we get the headphones, we get the headphones with the mic jack, right? We put them on, we plug it into the phone, we record it into the voice memo app, right? The thing that is really beautiful about that, no matter how polished your brand was before, granted, I mean, if you're like Grant Cardone, David Shan, like
whole new level.
That's not for them. But for some of us who are still in a place to where people don't directly know us for like the new version of us, like you knew us in high school, you knew us in college, but you haven't seen us in 10 years. Yeah. So for those of us who have transitioned, we can start it ugly. Because because you're not creating your podcast for your high school friends, for the people that you met in college. You're creating it for new people that are meeting you through this avenue right here. And the beautiful thing about that is they don't know what else you've done. They just see what you're presenting before them. So we do the podcast ugly. And then just like Side Piece Season says, they get better through repetition. The more we sit down, we record the episode, we roll out the episodes, we're going to start enjoying, just like you were talking about before, the payoff of impacting people's lives.
Yes, sir.
And then when you impact somebody's life, you're like, ooh, I want to make the product a little bit better. What else can I do to make it better? So, man, I just want to encourage you. First thing I'm going to tell you is you want to relaunch the podcast, okay? Don't try to go back like, okay, let's see what we can put together and let's see if we can get it together. Nah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. But what you want to do is just relaunch it. Like you can download those episodes and then tell Anchor to scrap that. Tell Anchor to scrap the previous podcast. But you can start off with the same cover art if you wanted to. Side Piece Season, appreciate that. You can start off with the same cover art. You can download those same episodes, and then you can put them together like you rolling out something brand new. Because it's gonna be new to the majority of people, and the people who were listening before, more than likely they fell off. If they didn't fall off and they're still connected to you, they're not gonna know that they heard these episodes before because it's been so long.
True that. But you see, this is a funny thing, dude. Like they all saved in drafts, so they were never actually posted.
You're really good then. You're man.
So So I'm thinking, you know what I'm gonna do. And the thing is, there was one of them which I actually made myself accountable. So I said, yo, today is November 27, 2019. This is the first day of the podcast. So the first time you heard this, blah, blah, blah. So I'm gonna go back and post it, and it's still gonna be saying, yo, this is 2019. But hey, they were ugly. You feel me?
Hey, I mean, and then I also think that that's a different layer of accountability as well. Just based on what you just shared, because now people are gonna hear it.
I hear you, Side Piece. I hear you.
And then you can flip it and then turn it to where it works in your benefit, just like Gary Vee does. He's like, see, I told y'all that in 2010 this was gonna happen, and he'll play the clip back. You can take that and then say, you can come on, introduce yourself on a new podcast, play the clip, right? Play a little piece of it, and y'all, this was me when I first
back then
podcast, but I didn't. And then come back and then let people know, life happens, things get in the way, it wasn't a priority. And then you can swing that to a website. You can say, let's be honest. When you first started your business, your priorities were lead generation. Your priority was getting a paid speaking engagement, creating a book, whatever. But you didn't put that much priority into your website.
Nah.
And then you just unpack it, bro. You just unpack that thing. Oh, dang. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Charles popped the question here a while ago. Okay. I'm gonna keep you, and then I'll come after you. He said, do you gain authority through pushing content, authoring books, podcasting, speaking engagements? Question mark.
Should I take that? Or do you want to take that?
Okay, so I'll take it. I'll take it. So
take it. I'll come after you.
Yeah, for sure. If I leave any meat on the bone. So look, Charles, what I will say is this. I'll just speak about my experience. About 4 months ago, I made the decision that I'm going in all podcasting. That's it. Helping people start their podcast, relaunch their podcast, and then monetize through speaking and digital products. So everything changed. I shut down my previous podcast. So now anybody who's meeting me now through the content that I share and anything like that, it's through podcasting. So my thing would be pick your lane and then triple down on that lane so people know you as the guy for blank. Oh yeah, you got it, man. You got it. I try to be concise with it, man.
I'm gonna say the exact same thing. Like you need to pick a channel that works for you, right? Ebooks, having an actual book, publishing stuff on your podcast, publishing stuff on YouTube, like all that sort of stuff is gonna create the perception that you are the authority, which is what you want. That's really what you want. Myron said something today. He said something about the root word of authority is being an author. And I was like, ooh, drop that gem on us, Myron. He goes, the root word of being an authority is being an author. So he goes, you can have an ebook, you can have an actual book. Everything, all your community service stuff is actually going to position you as that authority. So the problem is us being able to pick one and being consistent. Consistency is the problem. I'm gonna say that. Like that's the problem right there. Consistency. Like being consistent on either publishing stuff on your website, publishing stuff on your Instagram Live, publishing stuff on your podcast. Like that's where the problem is. So rather than getting overwhelmed, just pick one and start doing it as often as you can. Like for me, I decided, okay, cool, let me do a couple of lives. So I'm trying to do at least 2 lives a month, right? I've done 3 thus far. So I'm doing you this, you're my 3rd one. I did one with Coach Tamika, and I did one with Blackpreneur Media. So that I'm slowly building that muscle, slowly building it. I need a podcast done. I need my lives done. I need my blogs done. I need everything done. Nah, pick one, build that up, get perfect with that, have that system, then pick another, build it, have that system, and keep going. That's the way I see it moving forward. So you can do all of them, and then you can go.
All right, so whether you're a business owner providing a service or you're an e-commerce business with products, you know you need a website. The most common problems that I hear from business owners are they don't know where to start, or they're confused with all this person said this, that guru said that. It's all information overload, and it's forcing you to leave money on the table and not grow as quickly as you would like. Okay, let's bring some clarity to the situation. You're a business owner, which means your website is an asset that's meant to work for you round the clock, no lunch breaks. It should position you as the expert, attract the right type of customers, and have a system in place for those potential customers to book you for appointments, pay you for consultations and other services, as well as buy your products on your website. And even when someone doesn't pay you right there and then, it should have a follow-up system in place that allows you to collect that lead and then convert that lead later on down the line. And all of this needs to happen automatically in the background. Now, high performance businesses are the type of clients who tend to need these solutions, and they're the type of clients we already work with. So if you're in the 5-figure range, or you're already doing 6 to 7 figures, but you know you're not yet taking full advantage of the internet in the way that's right for your particular business, the solution is this. You need a high performance client attraction website for your high performance business. One that's custom made to work for you 24/7. whilst you focus on growing and scaling your business. So go to www.oyemadeit.com/performance, select the option for web design. Alternatively, you can go and click the link in the description, or there should be a link in my bio on Instagram. Remember, this is not for everyone. This is for businesses who are looking to level up, scale up their business, and stop leaving money on the table. We work with businesses that are a right fit and those that we believe we can help achieve their business and financial goals. So that's oyemadeit.com, oyemadeit.com/performance, or there should be a link in the description below, or there's the link in my bio on Instagram. We look forward to hearing from you and working with you. Now, let's get back to the episode.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna challenge what you said a little bit. I'm just gonna agitate it a little bit. I'm gonna agitate.
Let's go.
Jamira, what's going on? Welcome in. So, a lot of times we think consistency is the issue, but bro, it's not even. Consistency is a symptom. The issue ultimately is the true desire. Like Napoleon Hill says, you got to find that burning desire. Because think about it. If somebody that you love, like your complete heart, if you truly love this person, and somebody said, "Oh yeah, for this person to continue to live, you have to stay up 24 hours, period." Like you got to stay up 24 hours straight. The issue would not be you fighting sleep for the sake of you wanting to go to sleep. It would be you wanting to make sure that loved one is still surviving.
True that.
So the way I want to flip this on his head is this: understanding that, spiritually dope, what's going on? Understanding the aspect of whatever it is in us, right? For one, what we all have the heart to serve, but the question is, what avenue are we going to take? And the reason I say that is because that thing, right? That thing, whatever it is, I believe that it's a prescription for someone else's pain. And there are a lot of people in pain. Somebody is hurting like hell for a high performance website right now. Okay.
True that.
Somebody is hurt. They're like, "Oh no, I will give you whatever. I done tried Squarespace. I tried to YouTube it." Just like you got Max in here, there's an artist out here who's trying to get on a stage somewhere. But we have to connect their pain. We have to empathize with their pain. Because when we feel their pain, it's like, oh, nah, it's not a question of should I do this or I don't feel like doing it. It's I have to do this.
I have to do it. Yeah. 100. I totally agree with you. Yeah. It is. Consistency is a symptom because you don't feel like it's as important enough to keep doing it. Hence why you may slack every now and again. So yeah, I get that. I totally get that. I get that version of it. So
I'm trying to share this thing out.
No worries, man. No worries. I had a question. I got a question which I was going to ask you. How long have you been podcasting for?
Yeah, bro. So I'm in my 4th year. I believe I'm in my 4th year. I always get it twisted up. But yeah, bro, 4 years. But the first 3 years I was doing it. The first 3 years, what I was doing was I met a guy who I was on his podcast, right?
Yeah.
He was a producer and I got interviewed and I was like, "Hey bro, can you show me how to do this?" Jamira, we appreciate that. Thanks for that. Copping the badge. But I said, "Can you show me like how to do it?" So he met me at Starbucks. He laid out the blueprint. He was like, "Look, they got the segments and you can do the intro music and the outro music." And he showed me. I was like, "Okay, dope." And then I went and started recording and it sounded pretty bad. Not to me then, right? Because I'm first time doing it, just rolling. But bro, I later realized that I didn't have a clear structure, and I didn't
Gotcha.
really have a purpose. The goal was, the goal was just to inspire some millennials with tangible self-help strategies. But yeah, bro, it took a little while for me to get clear, because I knew my audience.
Gotcha.
But yeah, man.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I freaking love it, because the thing with me is, once I get into, like, if I literally just get into the space of, right, cool, time to speak. I love talking to people. I enjoy it. I love learning other people's businesses. I love learning, like, what their struggles and their hustles were along the way. I love their underdog story, which is what my podcast is about. I'm not gonna say supposed, because Brent's gonna slap me. So so that's what it's about. So it's called Trust Thyself.
Okay.
So that's basically what it's all about. So it's really just a case for me of now just getting more consistent with it. Like, even what you just said about the speaking into a memo, I didn't know about that. Like, speaking into the memo app, I didn't know about that. Usually what I do is I get set up and then I start recording. So I need to do the whole thing, get the lights, get the mic, get my headphones in, get everything, and then start recording. I didn't know about just doing the voice memo stuff. Like, I don't know why I didn't know about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those things that I learned out of necessity, but also at the same time, it was one of those things that I just did because I wanted to get the content out, right? I wanted to get it out, and I came in on the other side of I bought the expensive microphone, and before I was ready for it, like, I didn't know what to do with it. Like, I was like, hey, I got this mic, and bro, I didn't want to take the time to learn it. Didn't want to take the time to, look at the settings and all that other stuff. So it was ultimately one of those things that I learned, and I learned because I bought one podcasting course. It was like a little over $1,000. And later I bought another course because I was like, I was like, let me see what all I can learn. Yeah. But bro, when I tell you, I don't feel that there is a better medium, and I'm not even gonna say podcasting, but I don't think there's a better medium than connecting with individuals through audio. Audio is undefeated. I slide in people's DMs. Just think about this. I can send you a text message. You see the text message, you're like, oh, okay, whatever it is. You won't feel the emotion versus if I send you a voice memo.
Yeah, true. Because I use that cheat code a lot, so I know that. I know that 100%. I totally agree on that one.
I'm just trying to tell you, man. Like, it's game changing. Tatiani, what's going on? It's game changing. Y'all, everybody who's in here, first of all, share this with 3 people. But secondly, like, what questions do y'all have?
Oh, Devin just jumped in. What up, Devin?
Oh, Devin, what's good? What's good, young bull? What's good? Audio notes are the IG hack, bro. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, between doing an audio note, or if you want to go the extra mile and you want to send somebody a video DM, bro. Yeah. People, I can't tell you the amount of times I've sent people video DM. I'm talking about professional people. Like, I've connected with professional people, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? It's Jonathan Jones. Just wanted to introduce myself. I love what you got going on the page. I just want to connect with you. And they're like, wow, nobody has ever sent me a video message. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Cheat code.
Bro, I started doing it on Instagram. I started doing it on Twitter. Like, I just started getting it out there. I was like, hey, might as well get it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Let me ask you this. Oh, yeah. Let me ask you, because I saw you post a picture the other day of these books.
Oh, yeah.
What is a book that you would recommend that starting out, if somebody's in like their first 2 years of entrepreneurship, what is a book? What is a book that you would recommend that people have to tap into?
1 second, I got it because it's right there. One second.
Get that book.
I got this.
So y'all, between time, if you have any questions, drop the question in the chat. Tina, I see your question. We're gonna get you.
This is the book.
Think and Grow Rich.
This is the book, because this is the mindset book. Like, for me, if you get your mindset right, everything else will fall in place. Get your mindset right first with this. Then I would recommend, if you're going online, I would recommend .com Secrets by Russell Brunson.
Oh, that little book right there.
Oh, that one?
That little book
oh,
right
you
there.
got that? You got that?
And then you already know what's coming next.
Oh, you got. Oh,
Bro,
I see. We got the same books. I see. We got the same books.
Oh yeah. When first, let me get my mindset. Well, let me get this bar off real quick. Then I'm gonna get my mindset book. But bro, when I tell you that I went to, if there's somebody on here who's interested in closing, closing somebody on a sales call. If there's somebody interested, Jamira, I see your question. I'm gonna get you. If there's somebody interested who's trying to close a sales call, it's secret number 18, page 231. And my man go in, like he walk you through the blueprint of ultimately. I'm gonna read like 2 questions, then we can move on. Jamira, I'm gonna answer your question though. My man said, he isn't with this. Imagine if you and I were to start working together today, and I teach you everything that I know, and I can help you get results. Tell me what would have happened in your life, both personally and professionally, for you to feel happy with your progress.
I know.
This book here is so cold. So cold.
Yeah, Russell B's got some gems. He's got some gems, 100%. Like Russell Brunson's got some gems.
Russell.
I also want to get I'm waiting for Myra's book to arrive because that's supposed to be fire as well. Trash Man to the Cash Man. That's supposed to be fire as well. So I'm waiting for that. But the whole Russell Brunson series and this, if you want to go online, that's Traffic Secrets, Expert Secrets, .com Secrets, Think and Grow Rich. You will be on the right track, and then you'll find everything else. You will find everything. Oh, who know how? Definitely, I definitely add that as well because you don't want to do everything yourself.
Bro,
you don't want to do everything yourself.
That's a new solid one. Oh, okay. Well, I'll give you mine. So my mindset book, and I read this.
Okay.
First, I listened to the audio, then I went back and read the book. The Magic of Thinking
Big. Yeah. I have the audio of that.
Man,
kill him,
bro. That book right there is. So before this year, I would say that book is one of the best tangible self-help action strategy guides. That book right there, because it walks through strategy. Do this
with stories and examples. It's not a case of, there's a possibility for you to do this. No, it's like in 88, there was this guy, and he had this problem, and here's what he did, and here's how he did it, and here's how you could do it. So if you don't do it, you're messing up. Like, bro, it goes straight through.
Timeless.
I know.
Timeless. Words Taylor in the building. Oh my goodness. The launch strategist. Hey, y'all, I gotta pause really quick. Just to pay homage, right? Just to pay homage. Words Taylor is my coach, and I've been working with Words. I think it might be like 6 months. But bro, you want to talk about? First of all, I rolled out my program the wrong way, okay? Because I didn't even really make no announcement about it. Didn't even really kick it off. I got with Words. He's probably helped me triple, like easily triple my investment of the program. But I haven't even paid my full investment for the program. But triple. bro, when you rolling out a product, bump rolling out a product, when you launching a product, because we talking about how to position yourself with authority and ultimately,
online.
Bro,
yep.
Words is the guy. Like, I mean, words is the word. Period.
100. True. Your messaging, your messaging really positions you as what you want to be, because if you ain't got the right words, you know what? the more I get in with business, the more I understand that business is like talking to a girl. It's like being in a relationship. If you ain't got no text game and your words are crap, you ain't speaking to nobody. Ain't nobody texting you back. You feel me?
But
So
then sorry, I just gotta get this. I gotta get this off. Oh yeah, I gotta get this other part off.
get it.
And then just like you saying with business though, and if like we go back to the playground and we have the friend that will run up and tell, you know, such and such, hey, he likes you. It's the same thing with business, bro.
Yeah,
If you can't get no referrals in your business, that's a problem. You
True
want
that.
people to be able to say, hey, you want the best website, go with Oye. Hey, you trying to get a podcast done, go with Jonathan. Like,
JJ, yeah.
you have to, man, I'm just trying to tell you, have him come on and discuss how best monetize a podcast. Have who come on? Who you talking about, Jamar?
Probably think about your coach.
Oh,
Words Taylor.
hey, if you want to come on,
if he wants to drop some gems for us.
if he wants to come on, if he might not be in the room no more. I think he just left. He just left.
He left. Yeah, we'll definitely get him a second one.
Yeah, man. But
Definitely
words is definitely like he's the launch strategist. He helps people scale with webinars.
Gotcha.
But Jamara asked, what's a good recommendation for a microphone? So Jamara, okay, starting out, and y'all, if y'all have any other questions, drop those things in because we're gonna wrap this up in just a little bit. But starting out, Jamara, you seen how I tell y'all, I literally tell people to start off with this right here. And I'm not saying it to be funny, but I'm saying it because you can still produce good quality audio with these in a phone or these in your computer. But I mean, people want to spend money. Jamara, if you want to spend money, then you can go get the Audio Technica. This one I got right here. Get the Audio Technica 2005 USB. This would be what I would recommend because you can take this and you can connect it to your computer, or it comes with an additional cord to where you can take it and then you can connect it at your church or somewhere else. You connect it into what you need to produce quality audio. But yeah.
100%, man. 100%. And you know, another point on words that you were saying earlier is, even with creating a website, if you don't have the right copywriter or the right words on your website, in as much as it might be awesome in functionality, the words ain't conveying the message you need, dude, you might as well not have a website. So yeah, I totally agree with that. Like the presentation, the words, everything, it all comes together. Words are communication. You know what? Again, going back to what Myron said, there are 4 levels of wealth, right? At the top level is imagination. Before that is communication. If you can't communicate, if you cannot communicate, you can't get to the imagination level because you can't communicate. You know, there's implementation, there's unification, there's communication, and there's imagination. For you to have imagination and communicate that to people, your messaging and your words got to be right. And that's a fact. That's a fact.
That's strong. That's strong, bro. Because because think about it. Walt Disney, Steve Jobs. I mean, I would say Mark Zuckerberg, but you know, he kind of snuck off with what he snuck off. But that, you know,
there's a iffy of that one.
Yeah, I was about to say that's his business. But all of these people who have created innovative things, your Oprahs, and they had to visualize the imagination of whatever of the end goal of this thing before it even came into reality. So they had to literally manifest it.
They had to manifest it 100. They had to manifest it. Get it right in the mind and then speak it out into existence with your imagination. It's fire, man. It's fire. You know, even for me, right? Someone because you could come to me like, yo, I want a website that does this and this, this and this. You're saying it, but I'm imagining what you want. So I need to be able to imagine what your words are trying to say and then put that on paper and create it. So, dude, it's fire, man. Like, the more I go on this journey, the more I'm like seeing like the principles and things connected. It's crazy,
bro. And then the other part of it is sometimes we'll go too far left when we need to just go right, like certain things, right? Like it's like, man, I want to make X amount of dollars a year, and then it was like, oh well, I got to do this, I got to go to work 40 hours a week, I got to do this, I got to do that. And it's like, no, you don't. You just have to focus on solving the problem. It's like, no. But I want to make 6 figures. We'll focus on a 6-figure problem.
100.
Man, say
100.
Oh yeah, don't get me fired up, man. I need to go take a man. I'm supposed to be speaking today in a little bit. But man, bro, it's I just want more people, just like you said. I want to help more people get to that imagination, man.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna be doing with podcasts, you know, I 100%, because people need to know that, like, yo, your imagination is so key. Your communication imagination, they're so key in everything you want to do. Like, even if you're saying you want to do 6 figures in a year, right? If you can't see yourself doing that, you don't have that mindset to actually see it, you're never going to be able to do it. So you're never going to be able to manifest or think something like that. Like, people were talking about $1 million a day. Dave said it. Like, he never even knew that was possible till he got into that environment. You feel me? So your imagination needs to be expanded so far out that everything you want to achieve, you know you can do it.
Mm.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. Man, Oye, what's the final word you got for the people, man? What's the final word you got for the people?
Final word I got for the people. Yo, let me see something see if there's anything which I got from my notes from today's actually, yeah, I'm gonna say this. Always work on yourself, because we should never feel like we know everything. And we should never feel like we can't learn from other people, older or younger. I think that's a mistake a lot of people make. You can learn anything from anybody. You need to have a teachability index, which is always high. So you're always ready to learn, because really that's the only way you can keep communicating and you don't get stale. The more you learn, the more you earn. That is true. But the more you learn, the more you can communicate what you've learned with other people, because I could just say, oh, I know how to make a website, and that's it, the end. How many times can I talk about how to make a website? There's a limited amount of times I can talk about that. But the more stuff I learn, you know, the more stuff I'm earning, the more stuff I'm able to teach you, the more I can show you that, yo, I've been thinking about your problem for a decade and a half. So I'm going to help you get to the point that you want to get to, because I've been thinking about it way longer than you have. So that's me. That's it. Always be learning, yo. Always be learning.
That's good, man. That's good. I'm gonna say if you can't change the people you're around, you can change the people you're around, right? Because the thing is, and that's not my bar. I don't own the rights to that bar. But real talk.
Is that Jose? Is that Jose bar?
No, I ain't heard Jose say that one. Because I think I heard that I heard the pastor say, change your playmates and change your playground. But bro, at the end of the day, though, like, when we're choosing the circles that we're in. I used to choose a circle of going to the bar every Thursday. We would get in there. We'll get in there before the people even set up to take our money outside. Okay? Bro, we would beat them there every Thursday. I'm talking about every Thursday. My boy Buzo driving. We'll stop at the gas station. I get this drink. I get that drink. But it was the fact of me having those same habits ultimately was getting me the same result. So then now I'm in a different stage of my life. So now the habit looks like me waking up, getting on the morning call, being around other people who are talking about what their goals are, what they're striving for, what they want to achieve. Bro, if we want a different result, we have to change the math equation.
100%, man. 100%. You want things in your life to change, you got to change things in your life.
That's it.
You feel me? Yo, we need to do this more, man. We definitely need to do this more often. Like, this was fun. Yeah, fun. Everyone have fun. Oh, Bryn's in the building. Bryn is in the building. Yo, If you guys don't know, she's got a podcast and it's called the Mental Advantage Podcast. Go check out Bryn. She talks to athletes. She talks about mindset. Bryn is in the building. Bryn Drescher on all platforms. Bryn Drescher.
On all platforms. Yeah. Be one
On
and
all
only.
platforms. The one and only.
Be one and only.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. We definitely got to do this again, man. Definitely got to do this again.
Yeah, man. This was good. We're gonna get out of here. If you want to do another one, you can hop in and go live, and you and Bryn can go live. I'm about to get ready to speak here in a minute. So,
no worries, man. No worries,
man. I appreciate you for just all the value that you dropped today, and everything.
Same team, my man. Same team, my man. Same team, my man. Yo, everyone, go follow Jonathan Jones. Follow me. Feel free to hit us up, and we're happy. We're happy to help you with everything that we can do.